Hey everybody, welcome to my channel Ask Val. I'm John Valentine III. And in today's video, I'm going to discuss a little bit about what fasting is and how it truly works. Now, most people think fasting is about starving yourself, but that's simply not true. Fasting is more about a restrictive time frame of when you eat. So today, I'll try to explain that a little further. Quick disclaimer, not a doctor or licensed professional. So definitely talk to your doctor before you start fasting. All right, now, fasting isn't a diet per se. It's more of a restrictive eating schedule. So it's about choosing specific windows of when you eat. So forget everything you've been taught your whole life about losing weight, how you have to count calories or worrying about eating fatty foods. There's none of that. So we've been taught that our whole lives. So I'll try to explain that a little further as we go along. Now, fasting is going to do a couple things for you. One, it allows the body to recover and heal itself. Two, it allows you to burn your stored fat for energy that we need every day. So two of the major components in that is your insulin and glucose. So fasting it definitely balances your insulin and glucose levels. Now, I don't want to go too deep into it in this video because I will later, but just to give you a quick little glance at what I'm going to be talking about in the future is insulin rises to bring your glucose levels down. So when your pancreas kicks out the insulin to bring down the glucose levels, it's a fat storing hormone. So insulin is a fat storing hormone. So when it's elevated, you cannot burn fat. So insulin's job though is to bring down your glucose level in your body to an acceptable level. Now, when insulin is high and it finally gets the glucose levels to drop, insulin will drop. And then that's when you can burn fat. But as long as insulin is high, you cannot burn fat. It's impossible. So that's why you want to cut out a little bit of your sugary stuff, your carbs and all that is not good for you. So long as insulin is high, you cannot burn fat. So insulin's job is to bring the glucose down. So when it brings it down, you are able to burn fat at that point. But the major point of fasting, it gives your digestive system a break. It allows it to heal and it allows the inflammation to be reduced. Now, long as insulin is high, you will have inflammation because glucose is the source of all inflammation in your body. So at some point you had too much glucose and that's why you have aches and pains and soreness in your shoulders, knees, ankles, and all that. So inflammation is key when it comes to high insulin in your body. Now, for me, I initially started fasting because of the inflammation in my body. All right. I had fatty liver. I had 2 inflammation spots on my small intestine. I had inflammation in both my shoulders. I was getting shots in both my shoulders, my hip pain, one knee, and I had arthritis in both my feet. So I happened to stumble into a video that said fasting can heal your gut and your stomach. So I immediately started watching it. And as I went along, I got into the fat losing part of it. But initially, I was just trying to get my body healed because I had inflammation in my stomach and dealing with IBS. The weight loss came after. So for me, it was more of the weight loss being secondary to healing my body. So I started watching more videos and realized I could lose weight as well. So fasting healed me because of the inflammation. So once I was able to rid my body of the inflammation and lose weight, I felt better. And that's what fasting can do for you. It can help you heal your body. All we have to do is allow ourselves to heal. But we're so busy eating carbs and sugars and bad food that our bodies are constantly fighting that's coming into our bodies. It can't focus on healing our bodies. So fasting did that for me. I was able to heal, and now I'm feeling a lot better. So now I want to get to a little bit about the different fasts that you can do. Now, fasting is broke down in two parts. You have intermittent fasting and you have extended fasting. All right. Now, the intermittent fasting starts with 16 and 8, which means you're fasting for 16 hours and you're eating with an 8-hour window. So, for instance, if you were going to eat at 10 a.m., you have till 6 p.m. that evening to eat as much as you want, or break it down however you want. But that's your eating window. Then after 6, you don't eat anything else again till 10 a.m. the next day. So that's the 16 and 8-hour intermittent fasting windows. Now, the next one is the 18 and 6 fasting window, intermittent fasting. And what that means is you have 18 hours of fasting and 6 hours eating window. So what you can do is eat at 12 o'clock all the way to 6 o'clock. That's your eating window. That's your 6-hour eating window. And then you don't eat anything again till 12 o'clock the next day. All right. So then let's go to the next one. The next one is the 20 and 4 model, where you fast for 20 hours and you have a 4-hour eating window. All right. So that would be eating at 2 p.m. till 6 p.m. That's your eating window. And then you won't eat again until 2 p.m. the next day. So that would be a 20-hour fasting window. Now, the next two are kind of similar, where it's called an OMAD, 1 meal a day, where you just eat once. And then the next one is the 24-hour fast. So the OMAD, a lot of people do it when you want to lose weight a little quicker and you actually want to build to doing longer fasts, like longer hours, like 36, 48, 72, 120-hour fast. You start a little bit with the OMAD or the 24-hour fast. All right. The OMAD, all it is 1 meal a day. So no matter what time it is, just once a day. So like on Monday, if you eat at 12, then you don't eat again till Tuesday, maybe at 4, but it's still that 1 meal. So if you eat once at 12 on Monday, and then you could eat again, let's say you don't eat till 4 o'clock on Tuesday, that's still your 1 meal. So maybe Wednesday you eat at 10 a.m., but it's still that 1 meal that whole day. So every day, no matter what depend on what your work schedule is like, or school schedule, whatever your schedule is like, just that 1 meal a day. Now, when you go to your 24-hour fast, that's a little bit different, because you're going to eat at the same time every single day. And 24 hours is the one I usually use now. Now that I got my weight to where I want it to maintain, I'll do 24-hour fast. So I eat at 4 o'clock on Monday, I'm not eating again till 4 o'clock on Tuesday. So that's a total 24 hours before I eat again. So that's the one I used when I first started out. I did 24 hours for 3 days. Then I immediately jumped into a longer fast, and I saw drastic improvement quickly. So, but that's the intermittent part of the fasting. Those fasts are the intermittent fasting, which a lot of people like to start out with to ease their way into doing extended fasting and losing more weight. So that's the intermittent side. So the next set of fasts are extended fasts. And these are your longer fasts where you're going without food and you're just drinking water. In all these fasts, you're drinking water. When you're not eating, you're drinking water, period. So this extended fast starts with the 36-hour fast is the first one. And that just means what it says. You don't eat for 36 hours, you drink water. And the thing about the extended fast, and people want to panic at first and say, oh God, I can't do 36 hours or I can't do 48 hours. You have to incorporate that, the part of it that in your brain anyway, you have to incorporate that you're going to be sleeping 8 of those hours, 7 of those hours, 6 of those hours. So don't get too overwhelmed with the time. All right. Because you're going to be sleeping. So when you sleep, that's when you lose most of your weight anyway. But those are the longer fasts will help you lose weight faster. So like I said, you start with a 36-hour fast, and the 48-hour fast is the 2-day fast. So then those are your extended fasts. Also 72-hour fast, which is a 3-day fast. And then you have your 5-day fast and 7-day fast. Okay. All those are extended fasts, and you work your way up to those. And it's all based on what you want. Like if you want to lose weight fast, the extended fast is going to pull more fat and force your body to pull more stored fat to use on a daily basis to lose. And within that, you will lose more weight doing extended fast. Okay. So if that's what you want to do, then that's going to be the way to go if you want to lose more fat. So with that being said, that's the end of the extended fast. So I'm going to now wrap everything up saying that's the basics of what fasting is. And in the later videos, we're going to go a little more in depth and break down what actually happens. So I'll share with you my biggest benefits to fasting when it comes to the weight loss side and health side in my next video. So if this helped you, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything, and drop your questions in the comments and I'll answer them in the future. Thank you. Have a good day.